But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. That was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage.
I know, it's Sesame Street, but all these are for you, baby. These are from Daddy's friends. I'll read it to you.
I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania.
Okay, so Erika just found herself smack dab in the middle of another messy situation. And honey, this one's got her shaking in her boots. Word on the street is, her nanny went ahead and reported her to CPS for straight up child neglect and abandonment. And listen, that is some serious business right there. That's not the type of accusation Erika can just sweep to the side and act like it never happened. CPS is in the mix now, and that means Erika's gonna have no choice but to face the music and deal with what she's done. And let me tell you, Charlie's parents are sitting back feeling real vindicated about this whole thing. They've been fighting tooth and nail to get those kids up out of Erika's house for the longest time now. And why would they be doing all that? Well, Charlie's parents never trusted Erika from the jump and always had this sneaking suspicion that she wasn't looking out for her husband like she should have been.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are definitively in the foxhole right now, and we are learning who Charlie Kirk's real allies are and who his real allies were.
They were convinced she had some ulterior motives for even being with him in the first place. Motives that were heavily tied to the bag and nothing else. And if we're being completely real here, they were spot on with that read. Now that Charlie's no longer here, and Erika's getting all this attention, people are finally able to see her for who she really is. Her latest interviews are actually telling on her and exposing what she really cares about at the end of the day. Like, there's this one interview where she just kept going on and on about how women are way better at managing money than men are, and how there's absolutely nothing wrong with the wife being the one to control all the finances and handle the money matters in the marriage.
You are marrying a man that is not capable of completely and totally handling the finances, then you should not marry that man. Finances will break a marriage quicker than anything else, period.
But what if he checks all of the boxes, he just is horrible at money,
Fine.
and you're really
Doesn't
good at
matter.
money?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It damn near felt like Erika was out here trying to paint herself as this boss figure, somebody who really knew how to handle her coins and manage the money moves. She literally could not bring herself to see eye to eye with what the host was saying, and that alone speaks volumes about where her head was really at.
I mean, then all of a sudden you're talking about a reverse. So I think then you're talking about very confused gender rules. Then are you going to be a stay-at-home dad? Is that basically what that is?
Okay, but then what about the women that are the ones that write the checks and do the bills? And
good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, it can work. I'm sure it has. But I see those marriages careening for divorce quicker than anything else.
But if you're still over there questioning whether Erika was really more pressed about chasing that check than looking out for those babies' best interest, well, honey, grab yourself a seat because this tea is piping hot. The internet investigators have been out here playing detective with the finances and following the money trail lately. And listen, here's the shocking stuff they uncovered. Charlie ended up leaving Erika absolutely loaded with a ridiculous amount of wealth when he died. We're discussing multiple millions of dollars that in all likelihood got funneled directly into Erika's pockets. And whatever was left went to the kids. But instead of actually using that money to provide for those kids and their needs, Erika's been splurging it on herself and doing whatever the hell she wants with it. And baby, you can see it plain as day. She's been pulling up to all these functions decked out in designer from head to toe, looking like she just stepped off somebody's red carpet. So where exactly do you think she's getting all this cash to be making these wild, lavish shopping runs? And listen, that's barely scratching the surface of this whole mess. It's looking like Erika is dead set on stacking her money even higher and building up that bank account. How's she pulling that off? Well, she just got herself appointed as the CEO of Turning Point USA, and instead of honoring Charlie's legacy and continuing the work he started, she's out here lining her own pockets by begging the public to send in donations. A whole lot of people are convinced she's straight up profiting and making money off the fact that her husband is no longer here.
It is giving capitalizing off her husband's death, but you know what? The bills aren't going to pay themselves, so now Turning Point is giving you the chance to donate whatever amount you can afford, even monthly. She wants y'all to help her make Turning Point the biggest thing that the nation has ever seen. So, Summer House clearly wasn't going to cut it, y'all. Miss Erika Kirk was on Summer House season 3, I think episode 5, going on dates and stuff, trying to find love. But it clearly didn't end up working out. She went on a date with Jordan. She said they vibed very well with their religious beliefs, but he just wasn't the one. Now we understand why this show is happening, because, go on now. For those of you who are dying to donate, just go to the Turning Point website
And that right there has people all across the board absolutely heated and fed up. Because when you really think about all the money and assets that Charlie left behind for Erika, she has zero reason to be out here asking anybody for donations in the first place. And believe it or not, she's not even done yet with all of this. Erika's also supposedly out here putting properties on the market and selling off homes that she and Charlie purchased together for absolutely no good reason whatsoever. It's not like she's hurting for cash or struggling to make ends meet.
Did Erika Kirk already have plans set in motion? They just bought this house in Scottsdale, Arizona about 1.5 years ago. They just sold it about 3 months ago. I wonder why the downsizing, Erika. I mean, it seems kind of weird for a young couple to get their dream home. Speaking of which, it looks like indoctrinating the children pays pretty well. But you pay $4 million for a home to raise your 2 young children, and then you sell it under 1 year later for no reason whatsoever? You know, unless you were looking to downsize. Or maybe needed money. Were the Kirks overextended? And mind you, this is the same woman that came out with a fundraiser that same weekend asking for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But hold up, why should anybody even care about Erika being out here chasing money like this? Well, it's because she's so laser focused on stacking that paper and securing the bag that those children are getting left behind and ignored. That's exactly what the nanny ended up reporting when she contacted the authorities about this situation. From what we're hearing, she's supposedly worried sick about where Erika's head is at and what she's prioritizing. The way the nanny sees it, if things keep going down this path, those kids are going to end up paying the price and suffering big time. And as wild as that might sound to some people, it's honestly not that far-fetched, because Erika doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to being kind and caring towards children. Sure, she did operate and run an orphanage over there in Romania.
I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania. Our goal with the Romanian Angels Project was to show these children the true American heart during the holiday season.
But that orphanage ended up causing way more damage than it ever did any good for those kids. Based on the testimony and statements from one of the victims, families were getting paid off with hush money, and children were being ripped away from their own homes, then shipped off and relocated to completely different parts of the world.
So they just lied to them, and the kids they were taking away from them without proper documentation, proper paperwork, because they work with different prosecution and child support, whatever agency they have at that time, and they were paid. So they steal like 86,000 kids from Romania, and they send it to UK, Israel, and I don't know if other countries all over the world.
And real talk, in the eyes of a whole lot of folks out there, there's absolutely no possible way that somebody who's capable of tearing families apart like that could turn around and properly care for their own children at home. Matter of fact, some fans are out here demanding that the authorities need to get involved and intervene based purely on that history alone. That's the exact same reason why Charlie's parents have been so worried and on edge about this whole thing too. To keep it 100, they've been side-eyeing this situation from day one, because the whole story of how Charlie and Erika actually ended up together wasn't giving fairy tale romance or anything close to a feel-good rom-com type of vibe. Instead, what Charlie's parents were getting from it was that the whole thing felt orchestrated and like it was all a calculated setup from the jump.
Nothing is a coincidence. Hold on to that thought. Did you know that Charlie Kirk's father, Robert W. Kirk, was actually the architect for Trump Towers? Also, did you know that Erika Lane Kirk won Miss Arizona USA in 2012? Don't forget, Donald Trump ran Miss America from 1996 until 2015. Seeing the correlation here? Now, I'm not saying age difference is a big thing, but did you know Erika was 5 years Charlie Sr.?
And if you're sitting there thinking that fans might be reaching too far and connecting dots that don't exist, well, you better take a seat for this one. Because during one of her most recent interviews, Erika literally had a slip of the tongue and accidentally let the truth spill out about how she and Charlie actually first crossed paths and got together.
But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence.
The simple fact that Erika came out her mouth and stated that nothing ever happens by accident or chance was straight up all the proof that Charlie's parents and the supporters needed to confirm what they'd been thinking this whole time. But for all of y'all who are still sitting there wanting even more receipts on top of that, well, these online investigators have been rewatching and combing through archived clips of Charlie and Erika as a couple, and what they're noticing is that Erika isn't giving off the energy of someone who's genuinely madly in love with the man she married. If anything, when you look at practically every piece of footage out there, it's giving the vibe that she's faking it and just going through the motions like she's an actress playing a character. And if that's genuinely how Erika was feeling in her heart about Charlie, then it's crystal clear what kind of feelings she's gonna have toward those kids as well. Fans are over here rallying and pushing hard to have her completely kicked out and eliminated from this whole situation. One commenter hopped online and dropped, "Yes, Erika is an awful parent and a horrible person through and through. Charlie deserves justice, period." Meanwhile, somebody else posted up and said that lady didn't have a single bit of genuine love in her body for Charlie whatsoever. Fueled by money hunger, the need for control, and chasing celebrity status, she's literally the modern equivalent of Isabella, that infamous she-wolf from France who stabbed everybody in the back. And so when you combine Erika's twisted sense of what matters most with her suspicious and shady background involving Charlie, it's no mystery at all why the nanny would hit the panic button and contact the right people. Unfortunately, this whole disaster could very well be the finishing blow that takes Erika down for good. Her public image is collapsing and disintegrating right in front of everybody at breakneck speed. The main question now isn't even about whether or not Erika's gonna face the music for what she's done. It's really about how much more chaotic and unhinged this mess is gonna become before every single detail and the whole entire truth finally gets revealed and sees the light of day.